Hey everybody, how's it going? Hope you're having a good day so far. I know it's kind of been a long time since I've uploaded anything from that sudden delay that you guys just saw. And I do want to apologize. Well, actually, there's actually three things I do want to apologize for. The first thing, as you're probably seeing right about now, is that, I know it's hard to see my eyes right now because the light's kind of going, reflecting on my glasses. And that's just because, I'm actually, well, my computer is just, right in front of the window, and I'm actually recording this in front of my window, and I'm kind of having the windows open right now. So because of that, you just kind of see the light reflecting, and also not only that, but also the computer screen. So that's actually what we're seeing right now. It's because of that computer screen. So it's actually just reflecting on my glasses, and it's definitely hard to see where my eyes are. But it's not like I'm blind or anything though. So don't worry. And the other two things is that, well, actually, the biggest topic is that, well, it's not really the topic for this video, though. It's actually for something else, as you've probably seen in the title. But the main thing is that, for the whole delay, that, I also do want to apologize for the delay and that, I've suddenly stopped with making videos. For two other reasons. One, the obvious thing is that college has really been kicking my ass lately. And for one thing, I'm almost done with it though. But we're on the final projects, and it's really being such a pain in the ass right now. So I had to focus on that, and just have to make less time on my videos. So it's been rough and all that, and it's quite a lot. So I'll say that much. You guys know about this whole thing. Also, yeah, you can probably hear. Well, I'm not sure if you're hearing it right now. It's raining outside, so we're having a thunderstorm. Oh yeah, there's thunder. Do you guys hear it? I mean, if you're not hearing it, I do. Yeah, we're having a thunderstorm right now, so probably wouldn't have been a good time to make a video, but I just want to get this out of the way. But yeah, I mean, it's already summertime. It's Florida, so I live in Florida, so of course there's going to be a lot of thunderstorms. You guys might know this, so yeah, it's already a thunderstorm right now by the time of this recording. But anyway, so yeah, bottom line is I kind of stopped because, well, I had to focus on school and all that. It's kind of weird that I'm actually taking classes even during the summertime, but I just want to get those classes out of the way, even though it's kind of, just taking all the way though. But, I just want to get those done because, I'm almost done with it with college overall, but I would like to get it done too. The other thing is that the other reason I haven't really been posting anything is because I've been having some mental health issues. Like I've been going through depression and anxiety, and I just really couldn't find the right and appropriate time to actually be able to commentate on anything whatsoever. So yeah, for that I do apologize. I just kind of need more time for myself. So yeah, I just wanted to kind of get those things out of the way and just throw those out there and see, what I've been up to or, what's been going on with me. So anyway, that's besides the whole point of this video. The biggest thing is that for the big news, as you probably might have seen though, is that this whole video is going to be another unboxing video, which I haven't done in so long. It was actually for when I first got my Nintendo Switch. The Nintendo Switch One is what it is. So I did an unboxing video for that. That was like that was years ago. It wasn't actually when the Switch One came out. I had to wait until a couple years after because I didn't really have a job then. But yeah, I finally got that one, and I did the unboxing video. That was like from several years ago. So now I'm actually doing another one for the first time in quite a while. And so this time, and while we're on the topic of Nintendo Switch, and kind of like in relation to what's going to happen, for this unboxing video, it's going to be, wait for it, folks. This, yes, that's right, folks. At long last, I finally got it. I finally have the Nintendo Switch 2. And oh man, I've been very excited for, finally being able to get my hands on this one. And, it's been, I've had to wait for a few times because for one thing, I never did any pre-orders because honestly, I'm not really a real big fan of doing pre-orders. And sorry about that lightning flash you saw just there. And there's going to be another Thunder Crash pretty soon. But anyway, we're in this together. um, yeah, I've had to wait for quite a while though because when the Switch one or Switch 2 first came out, because I didn't do any pre-orders. I don't really like doing pre-orders per se though because then you have to wait in line and there would be like lots of crowds, and I live in a city for one thing, and so it's bound to be like having a lot of crowds and probably potential fights that I really do not want to get into. So it's having to do long lines, and I'm not really like one of those desperate people who would just wait in line just for the Switch 2, because I know there's people that actually just wait until midnight even after they have to go to work to actually get the console itself. And well, I didn't want to do that because I care about my health. I care about the fact that I need to do my sleep schedule and all that. So and that's what I got to do, and all the other schedules too. So I mean that's about it. But what I did though is that I just waited a few times because they were all sold out in stores. It's been hard to actually get the Switch 2, but I finally looked on this one too, and that is for one thing I got the Switch 2 from my local Best Buy. Because I went ahead and placed an online order on the website for Best Buy, and I saw that that the Switch 2s are actually available for online order. So I went ahead and placed the order, and then after a few days, and I went over to my local store, and so they have it waiting for me, and so I picked it up, and there it is in the flesh. Even though it doesn't really have any flesh, it's just cardboard. So that's kind of like its idea for flesh. So anyway, so now that I finally have the Switch 2, I'd say it's time that for the first time in a while that we're gonna go ahead and well, I'm gonna go ahead and do the unboxing video. So let's get started, shall we? Oh man, it's like absolutely exciting just seeing this right here. So let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and find a way to actually open it here. The way they have these boxes designed is it's not really the easiest thing in the world, but I will do my best. If I have to tear apart, that I ever will. So. Let's see. Oh, here it is. Yeah, there's a little flap right here that I can actually just pull out here. All right, there we go. So let's open this up here. All right, and just be very careful. Yeah, they literally have it open like a treasure chest. So let's get into those little details about the Switch 2 console. So for those little small potatoes we have here, we have the Joy-Cons. Yeah, the two Joy-Cons, as you already know. So I actually went for the standard one though, for the red one and the blue one, because my Switch one was all like entirely gray, because I guess I'm that much of a basic bitch for what it is. But but they also did have the color one, but I just went for the gray one though, because just for a little plain one here. But yeah, they only went with the regular red and blue kind of Joy-Con. So let's see, this one would have to be that's the left Joy-Con right here. See, there's a little guy. It's a nice blue color though, because I like the blue color. And then there's also the red one right here. So yeah, it's got the little red one. Just kind of like mishmash those two together. See here. Well, hang on. I kind of had to switch around though. There we go. Yeah, it's a little mismatch right here. You may kiss the bride. All right, so yeah, that's the little Joy-Cons we have here. And so let's go and place it right here. Now, the big daddy of them all is, of course, as usual, just as how the this would be the one major big daddy here. There's a screen that we have right here. So yeah, there's a Switch 2 screen, and let's get a little closer inspection on this little guy right here. Just gotta be careful, because especially when they're all in mint condition. I always like to see it in its all glorious kind of a condition here, when all being mint condition. Look at that. See? Oh, hey, look at that. I can actually see my reflection of the recording. Isn't that pretty cool? It's actually nice. Yeah, here it is. That's the whole game screen that we have here. So yeah, so take a closer look. Yeah, I might as well actually record this whole thing of me just yeah, I can actually see where all this never ends right here, kind of like those mirrors. But yeah, take a closer look here. It looks also clean right here. It's all like it's bigger, and it looks a lot more polished. Like I would say even more so than the Switch one. I actually have to imagine that that's probably what the OLED models will actually like. For one thing, I never really owned an OLED model. Like, I never really upgraded for it, though, because I just stuck with my regular Switch one. But, yeah, you can see here, it's a nice little screen. Taking all the details here. It's all clean and all that. Oh, it really does look a little professional here. And there's that little, there's the handle right here. We can actually just be able to stand it up like that. Yep, there we go. Yeah, if you just want to play it, like, just sit it down and then just play it from there, and then just, use the main controller for those Joy-Cons. But yeah, that's a little bit different here, but yeah, it's actually where those there's little edge connectors to actually just clip it on, because previously with the Switch 1, you just had to just take it like this here, but for the Switch 2, you can just click on here like this, and then there we go. It's kind of what they do when they just show the whole commercials for the with the whole click, showing the logo, like for those game trailers. So there's that. Let's see. I'm just gonna set it down right here for now. Just keep it safe, because I just don't want to take it potentially dangerous, especially when I just bought the damn thing. All right, and so set it aside right here. I'll just throw it away plastic. I'll throw it away later. And so now to go a little deeper through all this here. Yeah, so we got more of the stuff here, and some more small potatoes that I want to show off. So this right here would be the AC adapter for the console itself. If you want to just play in a dock mode, just bring it down here. Yeah, look at that nice little shed we have here. And yeah, it's one of those things where, I actually still have my Switch 1 with me, though, and that's pretty soon where I'm about to get replaced with the Switch 2 itself. But I'm still going to keep my Switch 1 anyway, no, though, just in case, and I probably would recommend you do the same as well, because, you never know. I mean, obviously enough, I am going to transfer all my Switch 1 data to the Switch 2, so that way there also have all my the games I have on here, all the game data, and just be able to play on there, because especially with, they get like a visual upgrade for the Switch 2, especially in the case of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, because I've seen that it actually does run a lot better than the Switch one, but I'll have to check it out myself, just like pop in a copy of one of those games and just see for myself about what it's going to be like compared to the Switch one with just fix all the performance issues and all that. And also, this another little guy right here would be the USB cable here. I think it's a USB. Well, actually, no. It's one of those USB-Cs that we have here. So I do believe that's going to be for the AC adapter itself. So a little closer inspection right here. So yeah, there's that. So let's make sure it's yep, it's definitely compatible. So I just had to make sure. And then the next thing, oh yeah, I knew they would actually come with this one here. I mean, they did that for the Switch one last time, so I wasn't quite sure if they actually did come with this little accessory that we have here. But there it is. It's the it's that little Joy-Con holder that we have here. So that's something I always use. Like when I play my Switch one and I get something like this, that little Joy-Con holder, and so I always do that when I play the game or play the games in dock mode. Yeah, it's stick the Joy-Cons on there and then just play like that. And so, of course, obviously now I'll do the same thing for the Switch 2 when I'm playing that game in dock mode. So yeah, there's that. So that's what I'll usually use. Unless unless they actually start to run low on battery, then I'll have to get myself a Pro Controller. I'm sure they do have a Pro Controller for those exclusively for the Switch 2. So I'm gonna have to get that at some point. So let's set that right here. And now, last but not least, the big daddy of them. This is like the real me, the big daddy of them all. Is, of course, obviously enough, as we guys already know by now, if I can just get this thing out of here. Yep, there it is. Let's go and wrap this thing. This right here, yep, this would be the main dock, the main center, the main dock console for this here, so you can actually just dock the Switch 2 in there. So yeah, there we go. It's the biggest important thing that we have here. If you want to get the Switch 2 docked in there, or just docked in there, and then just play it on the TV, then there we go. And I think that about does it for all the little bells and whistles about for the Switch 2. So yeah, we'll show those off here. So yeah, that was actually for the fact that I just want to be able to show off the fact that I finally have a Switch 2, and so I just want to save it for the unboxing video. And I am definitely going to have a lot of fun with what there is in store for us. So yeah, there's that should be all of them right here. There's definitely going to be more accessories to come, for the Switch 2 itself. So I'm going to go ahead and set that down right here. And yeah, that's all there is right now. Just an empty box. So yeah. One more thing I do want to apologize for is that I know the video is a little grainy at the moment though, because of the fact that because of the weather right now, because of, there's a thunderstorm going around in my area. It's a little bit darker because of it, and so it gets a little more grainy. So like if the sun was actually out though, then it'd be a little brighter, and so it'd be easier for me to it'll be easier to have a little better quality for this here, because I'm always trying to go for quality over quantity though. But it can't be helped, when we got thunderstorms going on. So I mean, it is what it is. But yeah, that was it. Now just the empty box that we got right here. So yeah, look at it. Look at all its glory. Look at it all its glory. All right, so I guess that's about it here. So hopefully, I'm going to go ahead and, just set the whole thing up and, get my Switch 2 activated. And then, the first thing I'll do, of course, obviously, now is just, transfer all my Switch 1 data to the Switch 2. So that way there I'll still be able to have all my save data in there. Now, for one thing, I know that the Switch 2 has a 4K support. Now, I actually don't have a 4K TV per se, though. Like, actually, I still do have my HD TV. It's got the HDMI cables. So, as a matter of fact, I don't think they ever came with the HDMI cables. I didn't really see any. Well, I'll look at it again though. But obviously they should have them, of course. But Either way, I still have plenty of other HDMI cables that should be able to work. Just gotta find the right ones, and something that actually works though. And I'm pretty sure that I don't think it really matters per se. What TV it is, as long as it has the HDMI cables in them. So like for any kind of HD TV, so I can still technically play the Switch too. But that's something that I got to look at it myself. And if it doesn't work though, then I'll just try to invest in getting one of those 4K TVs if I can actually be able to find one. So that'll do. Otherwise, I can still always play it on handheld mode. So like it doesn't really matter per se. So, but yeah, that's the whole plan right here. What I'll do, just have fun with the Switch 2. I am definitely gonna get or start collecting the Switch 2 games here. As a matter of fact, I only actually got the Switch 2 console itself though. I didn't really get the Mario Kart World bundle because that's kind of a little extra money though. But I will definitely get it later on though. I know a lot of people are kind of mixed about Mario Kart World right at the moment though because of the whole online thing, and I'm not really angry at it per se though, but just a little disappointed for one thing. But that's still not going to stop me from getting the game anyway, because I mean I do at least want to see it for myself. But that's actually not going to be the first game for me to get, because I am actually going to be going down and getting Donkey Kong Bonanza, because that's actually the one game that I've been so excited for, and actually the one game I'm excited for the most. And just seeing all that here, I've been hearing a shit ton of great things about the game itself, and that's something to definitely be excited for. So that's what I'm gonna do. Is that, well, I guess at least when the weather calms down, because it's still raining and I just don't want to get my ass wet. But I am definitely gonna be heading down and get a copy of Donkey Kong Bonanza, and just have fun with it myself. So that's also another thing to look forward to. And then I guess that's about it. And now thankfully though, I actually did already record all of Banjo-Tooie before I actually did get the Switch 2, because I'm a little wary when it comes to having to transfer the data. So just want to be safe. But I actually did manage to get it all done, and so I also got to get myself one of those GameCube Pro controllers. So over there, I can be able to play GameCube titles, because without really spoiling anything, what the next Let's Play is going to be after Banjo-Tooie. My next Let's Play is going to be a GameCube title, so and it is available on the Nintendo Switch Online. So if you guys want to guess what game I'm going to do next, I'll give you a hint though. It's not Wind Waker, because that's not really the next Zelda game. That was going to be the Oracle games, because I've yet to do that next. Um, but it is one of those GameCube titles that's on the NSO for the GameCube. So that's what's going to be in the next Let's Play. So you're welcome to go and take a guess on what it's going to be if you guys want to. So But yeah, that's gonna be it. So that's all for for the Switch 2 unboxing, and thank you guys for watching the this whole unboxing video. And I'm super excited to finally get my hands on the Switch 2 at long last. It's been quite a long time coming. And if you guys already have a Switch 2 at the moment though, then hope you guys have fun with what you have here. And and I don't know, maybe you guys will probably see that you want to do like online matches for Mario Kart World, and I'll let you guys know, and then we'll probably challenge you guys, and I'll definitely kick your asses at those matches there. um, yeah, but anyway, so thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you guys when I can.